Hello and welcome to the round 6 team lineups video, and we'll go through all the ins and outs heading into round 6, all 9 games, and yeah, a few rookie omissions. A big premium is out. We'll go through all of that, and yeah, should be good. Worth noting, I just woke up from a nap. I was watching Step Brothers first 30 minutes and I fell asleep for about 30 minutes, and then I was like, oh, I need to do team video, so should be good. We'll go through that. So Giants versus St Kilda. Ian Bruce outcoming in green. Sorry, Ian Bruce incoming in green. So 3 very big ins for them. Out Riccardi, Hogan, De Boer, okay. And O'Halloran. In for St Kilda, Webster, out Lena and Burns. So looking at the Giants squad, Whitfield named halfback. So I thought he was a bit more up the ground last week. Not exactly sure on the back wing split, but feel like he was pushing up a bit higher. Yeah, so I still think he's a hold. Ash on a wing. Do they tag Steele? Well, they chose not to. They chose not to tag last week, so I assume they probably don't again. It could happen, but I wouldn't be too worried. You can VC Steele if you want. Toronto, Cogs named half forward. Keep an eye on Cogs CBAs. We want them a bit higher. And then Bruce first ruck, Flynn on the interchange. So they are playing dual ruck, which is kind of what we expected because, you know, Bruce kind of had to come in. Flynn couldn't get dropped. That leaves them at 2 rucks. So I think bring Bruce in if you can. I already have him, but I would have brought him in if I didn't have him. On the emergencies, it's whatever. And then the Saints, Sinclair halfback. So losing more mid-time. So Zach Jones might be back pretty soon. He's playing VFL again. Sinclair's moved back to halfback. So scoring well there. Saints have had a soft fixture. I'll probably pass on Sinclair for now, but he's definitely one. I think he's top 6 around the on the lower end. But if you want to go for him, you can. I would rather a little bit more certainty around a few other players. Gresham in the middle, his CBAs are a lot more than expected, so he's been a great pick. Not one I'd look at now, but he's been a great pick if you got him. Yeah, star talent. And yeah, still on bowl, of course. Wood is in the team. Membry King, that's 3 tools. Jack Hayes, that's 4. Plus Marshall. I think Jack Hayes is in trouble again next week when Ryder comes back. But he's been good, so maybe he can have like some phenomenal game and somehow play his way into the team. Kind of sucks. It's good that we got him back for 2 rounds, but see how it goes next week. Winhanger holds. I wouldn't be looking at him. I'm not sure if he's even gone up in price, but I wouldn't bother. Wangalin Mileras, I don't even know what he's scoring. I just kind of ignored that pick. And emergencies, maybe Highmore plays soon. Who knows? The Bulldogs versus the Crows. So this is the big one. Jackson Haitley is in. Okay. We'll look at the Bulldogs side. In Shecky, Mccomb, Martin, but out. Hunter's out personal reasons. Wallace out personal reason. That I didn't see that one in the media. Garcia's injured. No speaker English has done a hamstring. We don't know what the severity of the hamstring is. That's not good. I would like more info. If they say 1 to 2 weeks. Remember, Cripps said that he overstretched his rather than strained it. Very minor, if any, damage. We don't know the extent of Tim English's injury yet. So 3 weeks, I think you flick him off. Especially with boosts, that can help you. So yeah, I was going to bring him in this week and fortunately got saved. But yeah, no soft tissue history. Very unlucky. In Haitley, 180k mid only. 35 touches in the SNFL 2 weeks ago. Forgot what he got this week, but you know, he's 4th year player. He had groin issues last year. I'm not writing him off yet. Sloan's out. Schomburg's still in the 2s. See how he goes. Doesn't hurt to see how he goes. One I'll monitor and I hope he comes good. Yeah, see how he goes. And Bulldogs side of things, very much whatever. McRae in the mids. Baz dunks on ball. Bont forward, Pocket. Again, it's Bevo. You don't really know what he's going to do, but with he's kind of flagged Bont to play more more forward time over the next few weeks. See how that experiment goes. I don't mind it because they're very, very capable. Obviously, he's still one of their, if not their best actual mid, all-round player. He's their best player, but in terms of midfield as well, they have reasonable substitutes for him with Baz, Dunks, McRae, Leber, Treloar. So I wouldn't be bringing in Bontempelli. I would be waiting to see if he gets forward status or just see how he scores the next few weeks. Although he has a very soft run, just because I think I'd rather players playing more midfield time if I'm paying 600k. Robbie Mccomb doing really well in the VFL, scoring very high, mature age rook. I assume he's playing inside mid or wing, or probably inside mid. I don't know. At VFL level, he's just not going to get that time in the Dogs midfield. So just see how he goes, but he might be a good one for us. Not sure how long Hunter's out for. And then Sweets to emergency. So they're just running the one ruck. Crows side of things. Dawson, that's cap. He's not sent half back, but because the big one here is no Mitch Hinge. So I'm offloading Mitch Hinge this week. I think he's sub-risk going forward. Perfectly fine to hold. No issue holding, but I figure everyone else in my team is making money this week. Hinge is not. I'll get rid of Hinge instead of Horn Francis this week. If he plays, like, whose spot does he take? I'm not even sure, to be honest. I feel like Cook, Brown, or Chase Jones, but I think they'll persist with Chase Jones. And I definitely would hate to see Cook dropped. So, don't know. Just very unlucky with the injury timing, because he shouldn't have, like, they wouldn't have dropped him if he didn't get injured, I don't think. But yeah, just stupid how that works. Shelley's half forward. Keys on ball. Yeah, it's whatever. Matt Crouch on the bench. I don't love the Matt Crouch pick. But yeah, move on. Had a rough preseason. Port Adelaide, Farrell in. Ollie Wines is back. Now, I wouldn't be touching Wines for the short term. You don't want his heart to play up or anything. We're not sure about that. Apparently, he's on medication that should regulate that. So maybe he's fine. But yeah, probably not interested in Wines this year. Mead out. That's stiff. Or I need to fix my fantasy team, then he's in my fantasy team. Actually, not stiff. He wasn't that great last week. McIntyre omitted. Amon omitted. West Coast, West out. Strandica in. Xavier O'Neill in. Hugh Dixon out. Bloody hell. So this is frustrating. So apparently he has a calf issue. We don't know the extent of it. Both he and English were just randomly listed as injured. Wasn't reported before team sheets. I'm holding. He'll be my loop, and hopefully he comes back. I think Allen's coming back pretty soon. I think he's done enough to keep playing for them, but yeah, I don't know. I hope he plays soon. Hope he gets over that calf injury. I'll be holding for now. Rotham out. Langdon out. Strandica 102k ruck forward. Just see how he goes. See how long Dixon's out for. No reason to go early. Just see how he goes. Port Adelaide's team. Butters apparently. Okay, this is not confirmed, but someone in the Discord was saying that Butters. It might have been JD that said this. He pulled out of a radio gig because of gastro. So keep your eye on the emergencies in your forward line, just in case. So, yeah. Even throw him in the midfield, I guess. Maybe you can have a better emergency in the midfield. I think I might do that. Just in case. Hayes is playing. I think he has to play. And looking at West Coast team, Witherden's scoring quite well back there. It's an interesting one. Bailey J. Williams still rucking. Yeah, Stronica. So he's like relief ruck forward. I don't know. Interesting one. Naisha's been playing okay. Bad miss him as a rookie. I liked him. I owned him 2 or 3 years ago. He's got me 270s in the buy rounds, and he did his job. So, Fremantle versus Carlton in Logan Schultz, out Banfield, Young, and Chapman. So, Young and Chapman out health and safety protocols. That's probably good if you own Luke Ryan. In Cripps, so the overstrained hamstring. Apparently, he's confirmed, like, they're saying at Carlton that he's definitely playing. There's no, like, he's been listed touch and go. He's definitely playing. Matt Kennedy's injured. Okay. We never get to see them with all 5. We've seen him once at 6 games now with all 5 of the mids. So you would think that helps Walsh, and Hewitt and Cripps, I guess. Dow out, maybe sub. Maybe he sub again. Actually, he'd probably be sub again because they need a substitute for a midfielder. So Fremantle's back half, Driscoll on field, he's gun. Brayshaw half forward. I don't know what the point of that is. Brody on ball. And Erasmus, maybe he's sub. Maybe Banfield sub actually. Not playing Meek, Darcy's on his own. And Carlton, Saar, Doherty, Williams back there. Hewitt in the mid's been a gun this year. Walsh on ball, Chera on ball. Cottrell, Nunes, Setterfield. So maybe they just rotate those guys on a wing and they just let everyone else play inside. So yeah, I think that'll be. I'll definitely watch that game. I think that'll be a fun game to watch. Is that Saturday night? No, Friday night. No. Does it say the date? Doesn't matter. It's not that important. Must be Saturday. Yes, Saturday night. North versus Geelong. Now these are, bear in mind, extended benches. In Aiden Boner, CCJ, Zerha, Bergman, Curtis, Ford rookie, Taron Thomas is back. Out, Aaron Hall, rip. Stevenson out with illness, and TP is omitted. Hope he's tracking well. He was really good last year. In Rediglia, Dempsey, Higgins. I don't know who Dempsey is. Probably a rookie. So looking at North's backline, Jay-Z is back in the backline. Yeah, I don't think you can bring him in knowing that when Hall comes back, Zeeble probably goes forward. So yeah, I think he's just feeling. I think he'll play back just to cover for Hall, but until then, probably goes back forward after that. So yeah, it might be a fun short-term play, but just in Supercoach, probably not going to work because you probably have to trade him out as soon as he goes forward. So yeah, just not worth it. I wonder if that's viable in fantasy. Probably not, because you start with upgrades if you need to get rid of him in a few weeks. Taron Thomas now half forward. Wasn't impressed with Taron Thomas. Had a few good games in the preseason, but first few games was mid-time was down. Didn't look super great either. Might be like a real budget one later in the season, but I think we have good enough forwards where we won't need him, but he's capable, so worth watching. Cherry first ruck, Goldstein forward. Perez should hold, I think. Assume they play Greenwood. I don't know who else. Probably Marnie, he's good. Geelong, Taconi on field, which is good. Stewart back there. Yeah, pretty standard Geelong. Not a whole lot of relevance outside of Taconi and Stewart. Where's Duncan named wing? I'm not interested in Duncan this year. Not one bit. And don't think Dempsey plays. Parfit. Maybe O'Connor tags. No, he's got no one to tag. Simpkin? I don't know. So I don't know if they use O'Connor or not. Q Clash. Suns versus Lions. Burgess, Biderick, Jeremy Sharp in. Interesting that Sharp was dropped. He was really good last year. In for Lions, Payne, Pryor, Coleman, Berry. I don't think any of them playing outside of maybe Coleman. Out Mitch Robbo. Looking at Gold Coast side of things. Not much going on defense. Took on ball. Full line. Roses on field, which is nice. I am bringing in Malcolm Roses. I think he's the best rookie available on the bubble this week. Yeah, 90 average AFL fantasy. I think Phantom tweeted today he had like 2 120s or something in Supercoach in the VFL. In fantasy, they're like 90 average there. But yeah, I'll bring him in. He looks good. Does a lot of good defensive things. Does a lot of good offensive things. Tries to be creative with the ball. And yeah, can have a few shots and goal. So I think he looks good. And yeah, if it doesn't work, then is what it is. But I think there's enough signs here to say that he'll be a decent rook for us. So I'm happy to bring him in, chuck him on the bench. Witts, Rao, Anderson. So Rao, I'm getting rid of Rao this week. If you want to hold, fair enough, because he is capable. But yeah, just hasn't looked good the past month. So out for me. While his break-even's 100 plus. And I don't know who plays on the bench here. At Brisbane, Rich is playing. Rich, I'm not interested in Rich at all this year. He doesn't look very good, but still getting fed the ball a fair bit, which is good if you have him. Zorko named in the center. Does he play back? Does he play mid? Where was Mitch Robbo playing? Playing wing, I assume. Can't remember. So Oscar McInerney did a good job on Grundy last week. Yeah, Lions nil on ball. Berry on the bench. Berry makes me nervous. If I had Berry, I would still hold. However, he does make me nervous with that shoulder. But as long as he doesn't hurt it early, I think he's played okay through it, to be honest. Even when he's hurt it, like mid-game instead of late in the game, he's been okay. So I'll still hold him. But yeah, it is what it is with him. Lohman was a rookie, second game now. Not one I'm interested in. Doesn't really fit the profile. Not a great role. Young, like 18-year-old first year. Not a high accumulator, I think. So see how he goes. Richmond versus Melbourne. A lot of changes here. Gibcus is in. I assume he's on field. Yeah, they'll keep playing him. McIntosh, Rioli, Mansell, RCD, Banks, Sonsi. So a lot of rookies here. 1, 2, 3. Banks, Sonsi, Maurice Rioli Jr. I wonder if any of them play. Sonsi, maybe. I don't know. Ben Miller omitted. Hugo's out injured. Arts injured. Pickett injured. Sorry, Arts omitted. Pickett injured. Melbourne, Tomlinson, Brown, Melksham, Joel Smith, Dunstan. In, out, Viney and Lever. They are very big outs for Melbourne. Dunstan maybe in. So Richmond, if you have Gibcus, he'll make a bit more money. Not too much because of his role, but there might be one game where he just intercepts a whole bunch and gets a 75 or something. But I did offload him last week. I kind of wanted to hold, but someone had to go for O'Driscoll, so not too upset about it. Rioli, is he primo? I'm not sure. I think he's like a 90-ish player. Wasn't impressed with him in the preseason, but during the season he's been okay. And yeah, the defenders didn't score well last week. Short did poor, Rioli did poor. So you can do worse than Rioli, but not for me. Cochin mids, he played really good last week actually. Thompson Dow, follow-up, that's good if you have him. Had a poor score last week, but you can keep holding. You know he's got a decent score in him to reset that break even. So who plays here? Shea Bolton on the bench. Probably Parker, probably Graham. Maybe RCD or Mansell. I don't know. Not sure. Melbourne's team. So still no Salem. May's getting a ton of kick-ins. They're playing Brayshaw's getting a bit more behind the ball. Patraca. So I'm bringing Christian Patraca this week. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% feel safe about this because he's had like a knee niggle the past 2 weeks. I figure if he didn't get tagged or didn't have this knee niggle, probably be 130 average at the moment. So disposal can let him down. He kicks goals. They have a nice fixture. I guess he performs. Doesn't really matter who he plays. He performs. So at 570k, if I can secure someone who should be a top 10 mid for 570k, I think I'm happy with that. So I'll bring him in. If I had the money for Steele, I would go for Steele. If Oliver was the same price, I would go for Oliver. But I'm picking Patraca. So yeah, he's been really good this year. Richmond can't tag, so it's whatever. Gorney's been killing it. Clary, I'm a little worried not owning Clary, to be honest. He'll be a great upgrade target the next week or two with this high break even. And yeah, on the bench, probably, I don't know, Harms, Jackson, Bowie. Maybe Dunstan to fill in for Viney, not sure. Monday, Anzac Day game. How many there's 2 Anzac Day games this year. So, Hawthorn ins, Wingard, Callow, Max Lynch, Ned Long, Will Day out. Lewis has a hamstring, so he's been playing really well. And out Reeves, so they don't actually have a ruckman. We'll get to that in a second. In Stevens, Franklin, Wicks, extended bench, remember, so we'll speak about that in a second. So looking at Hawthorn's backline, Sicily half back. Now there's a little bit of Lewis is out. Do they send Sicily forward? I doubt it. It's possible because they did it for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes a few rounds ago. So who they got here? So they play Max Lynch. Oh, Max Lynch is in. That means he's their ruck. Right, so Lynch is going to... I don't know why they've done this. So Lynch will ruck. Cozzy will go forward. They got Gunston. It's like the second tall. And maybe they play Callow? I don't know. They like a bit of height up forward. Nash is like... He's tall, but is he like a tall forward? No. He's like a mid, isn't he? Might be... Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. So... Yeah, that does worry me a little bit because they're a bit undersized. They might senselessly forward. And I'm still bringing him in. So, maybe I'm overthinking it. I think he's like the best defender in the league. He has to play defense, right? I hope. Only like, if Lewis wasn't injured, I wouldn't even like mention it. But Sydney, McCann's been good. Top 5 in the league for intercepts, actually, I think. So, yeah, I think he's on my bench this week, but would be quite happy to field him in this matchup. Oh, just on also, Tom Mitchell's been heating up the past 2 weeks, so keep an eye on him, but I'll probably pass on him this year. Lloyd's 540k, 140 break even. I'm very keen to get Jake Lloyd in. Is he top 6? I think he'll go close, but as a reminder, with guys like English going down, durability is immense, and there is a bit of upside with him. So at the price, so keep an eye on Lloyd. One I'll probably get in soon. 500k, that's a pretty good deal if he gets to that. Playing how many tools are they playing? Franklin, McLean, Logan. No Papley yet. Mills, Heaney on ball. I mean, who knows what Horse does? He just like puts Heaney wherever. He scores anywhere though, which is good. So okay, is Stevens playing? Campbell plays. Gordon plays. I assume Wicks plays. And then, well, I think Bell was ahead of him last week, so probably Bell. They don't need Reed. They got Logan over Reed. Do they play Kennedy? Not sure. It was like a sub last week. I assume they bring Kennedy back in, surely. So I think Stevens is a sub risk this week. We'll see. Now in for Essendon: Stringer, Baldwin, Bryan, Merritt. Out Phillips. In for Collingwood: Bo McCreary, Myercheck, Poulter, Ginnivan, Tyler Brown. Remember, extended bench. Out Jordan Roughhead and Big Mason Cox. So Essendon's defense pretty shambolic at the moment. Hopefully they can turn it around. This is a very young midline: Hobbs, Cox, and Durham. So yeah, Hobbs 150k rookie. I think Ward was 31 disposals in the NAB league, and Hobbs was about 24. But I think Hobbs has a really strong contested game, so he looked alright last week. Not sure I'll bring him in yet. I'll give him another game, see his break even, and see what else is happening in my team. But I think next week the priority is Sam Hayes before Hobbs, so we'll see how that goes. I don't think it's necessary to go early because we have like Roses this week on Hobbs, although if it fits your structure you could go early on Hobbs if you want. Just in case, I'd hold off, but I think he'll hold for the short term or next few weeks. I think they should keep playing him. And Nick Martin half forward, that's good on the field. Parrish Merritt's back, so that's pretty big. Did I say Zach Merritt? I forgot. So yeah, Zach Merritt is pretty big in for them. On the bench, probably Hind plays, Shield plays. Don't know if Baldwin plays or not. Devon sub maybe. I think Bryan will play because that would cover for Phillips unless they play Draper by himself. And I think against Grundy, who has a great record on the Anzac Day, I'd probably bring reinforcements. Collingwood, not much in defence. Dacos down back. Pendle's in the mids. Played more mid last week. Probably a bit more back this week, you would assume, just because he did a tagging job last week on Neil. Adams forward pocket to go forward pocket. That's probably a troll. Lipinski on ball. He was on ball last week and got 0 CBAs. Chris played a fair bit mid last week. I'm not going for Degoe. I think he's a good price, so if you want to go for him, yeah. And then in the in the interchange, who plays here? Well, Cox is out, so probably Cameron. I don't think they drop Reef. +2. Ginnivan, probably. And then 1. Not sure who. So those are the teams. Yeah, really unlucky with English if you have him. I was about to bring him in, so if it's 3 weeks plus, I'd probably trade. If Priest was your R3 anyway, I think you could probably hold. But again, we need more info on the timeline. So yeah, should be good. So my trades this week, off the top of my head: Hall to Sicily, Rao to Roses via DPP, and somebody to Patraca. I forgot who. Yeah, someone to Patraca. I can't remember. Oh, Hinge to Patraca via TPP as well. Those are my trades. So thanks for watching. Best of luck this week, and we'll see you guys next